Vulcan represents the very best, the most imaginative, thinking out of the box virtues of British aeronautical design and engineering. She represents, I suppose, the very best of the great British people. And she has actually proved herself the single most popular aeroplane in the country. I was going to say this earlier when Scott Leader Mike Ling of the Red Arrows was here, but I thought it might be churlish, because at Farnborough they polled 16,300 Facebook volunteers to ask them what was their favourite in the show. Red Arrows came second, Vulcan came top. But as he's gone now, I think I can say it without having to whisper. So here she comes towards us, flown today for us by the captain is Phil O'Dell, Odd, and Kev Rumin sitting in the right-hand seat. Olympus engines, 16,500 pounds of static thrust, making a total of about 65,000. Those are the engines that took the aircraft not to supersonic speed. She was a subsonic bomber, but bear in mind that she first flew only 11 years after the Lancaster. I mean, when you look at the Lancaster and this, they might come from different centuries, but Roy Chadwick first drew the shape that became the Vulcan in 1946, only 5 years after the Lancaster had flown, and Vulcan then flew in 1952. So a quite extraordinary feat from an amazing designer. Sad to say he died in 1947 in an aircraft accident, so he never saw his great Delta shape take to the sky. He never saw it become the first operational Delta aircraft in the world. So the wheels down now, all 18 wheels as she flies past. Seeing her with the wheels down reminds me, with those big undercarriage doors, that at one of the air shows this season, after the show, when they'd had underwing tours of people being shown around the aircraft, we discovered a huge, complete lip shape in lipstick on one of the undercarriage doors. Somebody really loves her very much. Bomb bay opening. You can see that huge bomb bay underneath the aircraft. That's what a bomber is all about. That was originally designed to carry the hydrogen bomb when Britain was involved in the mutually assured destruction of the Cold War. As the great author Frederick Forsyth said, it's a fool of a nation that doesn't honour its veterans and revere its saviours, and through its long career the Avro Vulcan was both of those. Through the most dangerous years, the 50s and 60s, she patrolled the perimeters of hostile airspace. She held the line, saying by her presence to any aggressor, don't even try it, and they didn't. And we are all here to tell the tale. The Cold War did not develop into that planet-destroying global war. As she comes round again this time, you'll see the bomb bays closing. Now here is a lovely sight. Three of the great British aircraft, as she comes round the runway. Here is the Hunter and the Airshow on the runway. Of course, at the end of Vulcan's operational career, At the end of her operational career in 1982, a Vulcan hit the center line of the Port Stanley runway in the Falklands with one bomb and the edge of the runway with another. And that put the Falkland Islands airport out of action as far as the Argentine first fast jets were concerned. To get there, it was the longest bombing raid in history, and it took 18 air-to-air refuelings. So on her final pass now, here comes the magnificent, the wonderful, your aeroplane, the Avro Vulcan. I say your aeroplane because it's cost £20 million to get her to this stage, and you have provided most of it. And she still costs £38,500 every week, or £2 million a year. If you'd like to see her again, please do consider a donation from your mobile phone. You can text the letters and figures DULC145 to the text number 70070. You can do it now.
I'm sorry, I can't tell you. They said, we will repeat what I think that I repeat, I can't tell you. They said, well, we'll accept you. Go ahead. And he sat there watching about 10,000 feet low as sabres were falling out of the sky so they couldn't get there. So ladies and gentlemen, coming in from the left, the MidAirs Squadron, Canberra and Hunter T7. In the very capable hands of Neville Duke. Doesn't seem to be affecting his performances, though. No, it's playing a very fantastic. What's very visible there is the planned form of both aircraft. You see the very, very wide, very large Rolls-Royce Avon. Several of the aircraft manufacturers proposals, but although they haven't any design experience, it's electric, they built the handy case Hamburg and later Halifax, so they tended for the design. the result was the Canberra. It was designed by W.E. Petter. And then the design was started, the prototype was on the 13th of May, 1949. The Canberra was a great export success, sold to France, India, New Zealand, Pakistan, Peru, Rhodesia, South Africa, Sweden, Venezuela and West Germany. They do say if an aeroplane looks right, it's going to fly right, and the Vulcan Hunter definitely looks right. As a kid growing up in the 60s, whenever I drew a jet, regardless of whether I'd seen a Hunter, they always ended up looking a bit like that, with swept wings. That was rather nice, I enjoyed that bit. Because of its high altitude capability and also long range, the Canberra was ideally suited for clandestine missions over the Soviet Union. Some of these were fitted with uprated avens and were really very, very capable, very quick aeroplanes. Now to put that into perspective, that's the equivalent of the RAF still using the Sopwith Camel in 1974. In service, it had the bomber version had a maximum speed of 470 knots. And a standard service ceiling of 48,000 feet. And it was able to carry up to 3.6 tons at 7,900 pounds of payload. The long range was also shown in 1953 when a Canberra took part in an air race from London to Christchurch in New Zealand. It got there in 23 hours 51 minutes. That aircraft is now in the back of Britain and the RAF is So we're now becoming past with flaps down, undercarriage down. Now obviously we've mentioned the bomber versions in the photo reconnaissance. We've actually built 27 versions and equipped 35 RAF squadrons.
Why don't you just go straight? This is the PR9 version. I said there was earlier a PR3, which was the first photo reconnaissance aircraft ever specifically designed for the war effort, rather than being cobbled together for I think, is possibly the DC-3. Of course, having mentioned the DC-3, it's probably worth fitting to say that Mike Leckie, who is flying this aircraft, used to fly with the Battle of Britain Memorial flight, flying the Lancaster and, in fact, the DC-3.